All right, what's up, folks? Rich Van Tassel back with you, finishing up with our game picks for Week 10 of the NFL season, and of course, recording audio for Get Live Radio. The Houston Texans, 3-5, 1-2 on the road, travel to Los Angeles to play the Rams, who are 6-2, 2-2 at home. Injuries for the visiting Texans: Deshaun Watson, quarterback; Ryan Griffin, tight end, or injury reserve outs. Joel Heath, defensive end; Dylan Cole, linebacker, are both out. For the Los Angeles Rams, Malcolm Brown, Lance Dunbar, both running backs, are out. Robert Quinn, linebacker, a pass rushing linebacker, and Derek Carrier, tight end, are doubtful. Houston, what are they going to get from Yates in this game at the quarterback position? That's really all it comes down to. The Rams are clicking on all phases offensively. Jared Goff really coming around, limiting his turnovers. Todd Gurley is having a monster season this year. And let's see if Houston's defense can slow down Todd Gurley. Houston really needs to have this one. Los Angeles, again, this is sort of a trap game. You got the Houston Texans, a weak team, weak injury-wise, coming in to your building at home. Let's see what they have. Let's see if this young team is able to take advantage of that and be able to get the victory in this one. I don't think they will. I like Houston in this game. I think Los Angeles is going to have a letdown, and this will be a wake-up call for that young team. But I think Houston is really last-ditch effort for them. They absolutely have to have this, and they're going to surprise the Rams. I like 27-24 in this game. The Dallas Cowboys, 5-3, 3-1 on the road, travel to Atlanta to play the Falcons, who are 4-4, 1-2 at home. Ezekiel Elliott is out for this game. His suspension is taking effect as of right now for 4 games at least. Injuries for the visiting Cowboys: Rico Gathers, tight end, is an injury reserve, out. The rest are questionable. Jeff Swain, tight end; Tyron Smith, offensive tackle; Chidobe Awuzie, cornerback; Des Bryant, wide receiver, questionable. For the Falcons, Duke Riley, linebacker, is out. Andy LeVitre, guard, questionable. Atlanta has really struggled since that 3-0 start. The Cowboys, let's see what they have without Ezekiel Elliott. Expect Darren McFadden to be activated. Let's see if they try to have Dak Prescott play early and be able to go downfield. You may have a limited Des Bryant or not Des Bryant at all. That's a pretty serious injury. Terrence Williams, of course, was hurt last week. He's not listed on the report. It's going to be interesting to see what the Cowboys' game plan is. Dak Prescott, you can say what you want. He has 16 touchdowns to 4 interceptions this year. He's playing very well in less than 100 incompletions. So I don't know if they'll let him get loose, maybe let McFadden, let Alfred Morris get into the game and try to salt them away early and play with that offensive line. In the end, I don't trust the Cowboys' defense, though they have been playing better in the past few weeks to be able to slow down the Atlanta Falcons. Even though that offense is not necessarily clicking at times, I think they're going to be too much for the Cowboys in this one, and I like a 27-23 victory for the Atlanta Falcons. The New York Giants, 1-7, 1-3 on the road, travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers, who are 0-9, 0-4 at home. Injuries for the visiting Giants: Dante Dion, cornerback, is doubtful. Jonathan Casillas, linebacker; Calvin Munson, linebacker; Olivier Vernon, defensive end; and Kerry Wynn, another defensive end, are questionable. For the 49ers, Solomon Thomas, defensive end, questionable. Gary Gilliam, offensive tackle; Jacorski Tart, safety; Tank Carradine, defensive end, or injury reserve, outs. Aaron Lynch, linebacker, is out. Let's see if Jimmy Garoppolo gets time in this one. I'm still expecting Beathard to go. San Francisco traveling cross country. You have a team in the Giants traveling cross country. You have a team in the Giants who had high expectations and are really playing poorly. This could be a dangerous mix for them. And San Francisco, still a young team, trying to get better, trying to build something there under Kyle Shanahan, that is. So you have much more riding on it for the San Francisco 49ers. I expect this to be their first win, though it's really tough to pick a game with 2 bad teams in this situation. However, the Giants, it's really falling apart for them in New York, so I think traveling across country is going to affect them, and I don't see San Francisco going 0-10. The San Francisco 49ers get their first victory of the year in this one with a 17-14 victory over the Giants. Sunday night game: New England, 6-2, 3-0 on the road, travel to Denver to play the Broncos, who are 3-5, 3-1 at home. Injuries for the visiting Patriots: Chris Hogan, wide receiver; Malcolm Brown, defensive tackle; Marcus Cannon, offensive tackle, are out. Danny Amendola, wide receiver; Martellus Bennett, tight end, questionable. For the Broncos, Donald Stevenson, offensive tackle; Emmanuel Sanders, wide receiver; Todd Davis, linebacker, are questionable. Menelik Watson, an offensive tackle, is on injury reserve. You're not getting consistent quarterback play from the Denver Broncos. Brock Osweiler should be starting in this game. Maybe they'll turn the backs on Lynch. I doubt it, but look for Osweiler to get the start. Tom Brady has had some troubles with the pass rush of the Denver Broncos in the past. Denver is a tough place to play. This is another one of those trap games. You're seeing a theme this week. I think Denver is going to win this game. New England has been riding pretty high. They may come in there and slam the Broncos, but some of those things that were going wrong for them early in the year may creep up in this game. We'll have to keep an eye on this. It's going to be interesting. Denver is a tough place to play, and Brady has had trouble with that defense in the past. Denver probably isn't going to make the playoffs. If they want to have any hope, they have to have this. Again, another game where you have basically a desperate team that knows they have to win at home. That's why I see the Denver Broncos coming away with the victory in this game, 23-20 over the New England Patriots.